Folks, what is up? It's the second part of building the email microservice for ZB, and where we left the story last time, we had created a Nest microservice and we hooked it up to the modeler in the job. This is the model that we were using. Dun, dun, dun. Pretty simple model. Not much to it at all. It's got a single task in there, but you could embed this task anywhere in a workflow, or you could trigger this workflow from another workflow. Workflows inside workflows inside workflows. And what this task does is this particular one sends a welcome email. So it invokes the email send microservice, and it has a custom header where the email template is set to welcome. So we're going to implement the actual sending of the email. We're going to use 3 packages for that. We're going to use MailGen, which is a Node.js package that generates clean, responsive HTML emails for sending transactional mail. It's pretty cool. We're going to use Micromustache. That's going to template the variables into the MailGen template. And we're going to use Node SES to send our transactional emails via AWS Simple Email Service. Okay, so where we got to, we were in the app-service.ts. We're pulling the AWS SES key and secret out of the environment. And then we create a new SES key. Now, I've put notes in here about what to do if things don't work, like throwing. Email validation is another one, actually. Hang on, let me switch over to VS Code so you can see what I'm talking about. Turn that one off, turn that one off. There you go. Transition. VS Code. So here we are in the app service. We're getting the AWS SES key and secret out of the environment. And then in the constructor of our app service, the email service, we're creating an SES client. Now, we should probably throw here if the creds don't exist, right? So maybe we'll just write that in, like, if no key, yeah, or no secret, this dot no logger, so let's inject a logger. So we'll go back to the controller where we injected this logger, so we need to, we'll use auto importing. So we're going to import this line here. So in the constructor, we're going to inject the logger. Dependency injection for the win. Now, if we tell it to do all the missing imports, it's going to pull a wrong logger, so we'll do it manually, one by one. We don't want the Nest logger, we want the Winston logger. There we go. Cool. So now we should be able to say this logger dot error. And then we'll say missing required AWS SES credentials. Like that. Save. Good. You should throw. Oh, you can see here that the broker is not running, so let's start the broker. So to do that, turn this on, turn this one off. Yay, we're going to use the simple monitor profile, so I just go DC, which is my alias for Docker Compose, up. Starting the ZBDB, the ZB broker, blah blah blah. Not happy. Are you happy now? Listening to tracks from monstercat.com. Thanks to their creator license, Monstercat Gold, $6 a month for unlimited streaming of Monstercat tracks. Great EDM, all kinds of different genres inside the EDM space. And for your Creator Gold license, you can use it in your Twitch, YouTube streams, which is really cool. Okay, ZB Broker coming up. Okay, now cool. If we go back over to VS Code now, so turn that one off, turn that one on, transition, Visual DJ. You can see down here that we went from an error state to info gRPC channel reconnected. So the client is reconnected. Good. Okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to restart that task. And I'm running npm run start dev, and then I'm piping it through Pinot Pretty to make my JSON logs look good in the console. So we should see the constructor throw to say that it doesn't have the required AWS. Well, not throw, but at least output an error. There we go. Missing required AWS SES credentials. Interesting that it did it twice. Okay, I don't know why it did it twice, but maybe we'll figure that out as we go. But that's cool. We're just going to log an error. We're not actually going to throw at this point. Okay, we can get rid of this method because we're not using it, and we're going to work on our send email method. So validate email. I did see a pretty cool package the other day that I want to try, which is an email validator package. So let's take a look at npm for that. npm, I'll angle this thing around a bit more so I can see it. It's on my other monitor. npmjs.org, email validator. There were a few packages there. This is a good kind of exercise in how do you evaluate a package really quickly. Email validator. Well, obviously we should choose the first one. It's got the name. It's like the Metallica or the Death of the package space for that one. Sort packages by popularity. Oh look, it's the most popular. Email existence actually checks if they exist, but that's a little bit hardcore for what we're after. Now there is a principle in kind of network communications where you are liberal about what you accept and conservative about what you emit. So if that were the case, we should be maybe liberal about what emails we accept, because I've had the situation where I've submitted my email address, maybe it's a .io address, and then people said, oh, that doesn't look like a valid address, needs to end in .com, .org, .net, whatever. Anyway, we'll chuck it in just to see what happens. I mean, the worst thing that would happen if we didn't validate is that it would get, rejected when it got sent. Let's go back to VS Code now. Chrome off, transition. So in my little window here, I'm going to paste that npm install. Cutting and pasting code from the internet. How I built my career as a developer. Installing, you see that the Nest project reloads, pretty cool. It's got a file watcher on it. Okay, it's installed. So now let me take you back to the source of truth, Google Chrome. So here we go. TypeScript. Import that and then email validate. Pretty simple. Grab the first line. Back to VS Code. Get the Visual DJ thing happening. Transition. Okay, so first of all we're going to import the package at the top. Now I'm going to grab that second line where we just validate. Right? Here. Now, we should probably demarshal. Let's get the fields out of this email data. Thanks to the miracle of typing, we created an interface in the last episode that does that. Right here. Email job data. And then I actually went and opened an issue. Let me show you this. It's kind of cool. So I went and opened an issue on the PayK NestJS package. NestJS ZB issues. DTO for jobs. So this is a common pattern in NestJS where instead of having to, manually massage data, you inject a DTO and then you can have like runtime validation. So I put the pattern that I used in the last episode. You can get IntelliSense, which is great, but it would be cool if you could create a class and then inject that class as a decorator into the into your job worker handler, and then it will demarshal everything in there, so you could get runtime validation as well. Anyway, let's see what comes from that. Opening bugs, feature requests, issues against projects is just part of participating in open source. It's the least I could do when I got the package for free. Am I right? Yes, I am. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, we've got the email, the first name, the last name. Let's validate the email, right? So this returns true or false, right? So we can just say, if it doesn't validate, now the question is, what do we want to do? So what is the surface area of this send email? Let's make it async, right? Returns a promise of something. Success or failure? We could reject with the error message, in which case we would do this. So we're trying, we reject and catch it. Okay, so we're expecting to throw with a failure message in here. So then in that case what you do here is you go throw new error. Does not validate, am I right? Do we need the first name and the last name? Let's provide defaults, eh? So we know we have an email address. So do we provide defaults? What happens if someone calls this thing and it doesn't have it in there? Should we throw? It's a business decision, really. Like, how should this thing behave if it gets an email address but no first name and last name? Let's use defaults, eh? Now, because we declared it as a constant here, we could do this. Never reassign, so see, now here we can reassign it. This is pretty ghetto doing this. Mutation! So we can say it's either equal to itself if it exists, or if there's nothing there. There. Because it's going to be undefined otherwise. Let's just do this. Actually, you know what? We could still be hardcore with the const and not do the mutation and just put that, make that how we reference it when we use it. It's easier. I don't like mutation, I like constants. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is, let's go here and look at Microservice. So Microservice, actually the first thing we should do is put it through MailGen and then Microservice to MailGen. Programmatically create beautiful emails using plain old JavaScript. Okay, cut and paste that thing. Don't know if we installed it yet or not. Run that in the background. Okay. Pretty easy. What do we got? MailGen. Copy this. Okay. Cutting and pasting code. We'll just import it like this. Move it up to where the imports happen. Keep everything separation of concerns. Mise en place. Everything in its place. Mail generator. Do we need to make it a member of the class? No, we don't. It's a singleton, so it's fine. Default name. Okay, oh. Yeah, okay. Ooh. Are we going to hard code this in here, or where are we going to put this? We want to make it kinda generic, right? So we should probably get the name and the link. The name and the link either from the environment, or we should get it from a custom header, or both. Like, we should get a default from the environment, so it's configurable. And beyond. Const default name. Default product name, I think. Transactional email service, so we'll call it TES, right? We'll namespace our environment variables. So let's namespace all of them in that case. Make them all ZBTS for transactional email. But if it's transactional email, shouldn't it be TX? Transactional email service. Yeah! It's better. Okay, so, I don't know what to put here. Megacorp? Yeah, Megacorp, why not? Yes. And then default link. I mean, how configurable do we want to make this, right? We'll make it so you either configure it from the environment, Alright, looks good. Now, if we're going to allow them to override this in the custom headers, should we then have the concept of profiles? Then we have to load the profiles off the disk. Then we have to do that. Oh man. Where do you stop with the configuration? Because we could allow them to pass in, you know, the product name, the product link. Actually, product link. If you allow them to pass in one per task, you know, by putting it as a custom header, like let's go back to the ZB modeler and have a look at what that would look like. So on here at the moment we use an email template, right? Welcome, but then we could also have like email product, you know, optionally to override the product and the link. But then that sucks because you got to type two things and you could mess it up. So maybe you do like profile, which would mean that we would move that configuration out of there and stick it into the program. Let's keep it simple to start with, hey? You load a default one off the disk, and if you don't specify the defaults, you get the Megacorp. The rest of it can be left as an exercise for the reader, or the watcher in this case. So, okay, so just grab this. We're going to keep it simple for now. What doesn't it like? That. Let's get rid of these. Keep that there. Keep that there for now. Okay, cool. So we got a mail generator, right? A single one, so it can only work for one product right now. But we could, you know. Okay. Let's go back to Chrome and have a look at how we do the actual mail generation. Next, generate it like this. Optionally preview it. Nah. Okay. Here we go. So we copy this. Copy it, and then we're going to paste it into good old trusty VS Code. Load template. Oh yeah. We gotta load the template. Okay, you'll make this real simple. Easy. Hello? Oh, it's saying it's out of batteries. Okay. Plug it in. Good, good, good. It's back. It's probably because I got these lights turned on. It's an AND Pro 2. Const. It doesn't like that because email's already been used somewhere up here, yeah. Which is for email address. What is this? This is... This is the template. So what we're going to do is we're going to extract this. So we're going to copy that. Then here we'll create... we'll create one called templates, right? And then in here we'll do... I'll just make it simple. Index.ts. Right, and then we'll go export const templates equals, and then we called it welcome, so we go welcome. What don't you like about that? There, you like that? It's good. Look, if you know it's an error, just fix it. Yeah, fix all of them. All auto-fixable. Thank you. Okay. Oh, okay, it's because of that. So let's make it this. Happy now? Thought you would be. That was the end of that soundtrack. Let's start from the top here. Something a bit dark at the beginning. Okay. Link, confirm your account. Now, here's where the templating coolness comes in, okay? So, see we've got name here, we just do this. It's like handlebars templating. How much templating do we allow in here, or are we going to put? Let's just see this. Anyway, you make it more complex, you know? You make it more configurable, but yeah, we should put product in there as well. So, how should we drive product down into this microservice? Should it be baked into it? Okay, we're going to have to deal with that product name. We'll do that in a second. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to import the templates, right? From those ones we just created. Wah. In that case, we'll leave index. Goodbye. So if we didn't get a template in our lookup, we're going to say throw a new error. Okay, email body equals mail generator generate email template. Like that, like that. Boom. Pretty good. Okay, so that's cool. So we generated the email, but the email still has the template, so now we apply the variables. Throw error if not found. Okay, we did that. Ding. We decided on that. We're going to do this. Apply the variables to template, right? Okay, so that uses Microservice to do that. Okay, save that. Is it going to rebuild? Everything good? Saw an error. Yeah, missing the required creds. So I'll put them in a second. Okay, looking good, looking good. Now let's go back to Chrome. And we're going to use Microservice. Microservice, pretty cool. Yeah, I'm pretty confident of this approach because I've actually got it running in production right now. Sending out emails even as we speak. You're welcome. Microservice. While it's installing, let's go back here and have a look at how we use it. No, we're not even going to look at how we use it. We're just going to cut and paste. Words, stuff, dude. I don't know, it looks complicated, that stuff. We're just going to copy and paste the first code example we can see. And if that works, we'll move on. And if it doesn't, we'll read some more stuff. Okay. Require, not part of an import, but then when you do this, okay, I'm gonna... Oh. Come on. Let me disable it. No. It's a TS-lint error. I can't remember the syntax. I think I got it in my snippets. There we go. What's the role name? Goodbye. Nope. Didn't work. Colon space. Save. Okay, finally got the magic thing to do it. Okay. Now, render. Okay, the variables go here. So here we're going to pass in the email, the first name. Gotta do it like this then. Okay, it does kind of ruin the symmetry. And then last name, because we don't want any undefineds getting in there, because that would look dumb. And in here we're going to pass in email body. Dink. No, we're not going to console log it. So this is the HTML version, right? So const HTML email. Good. We need to pass in the product name as well, right? Anyway, in the interest of time, we'll just use the default product name. Actually, let's have a look at that template again. Oh. call this base URL. Anyway, you'll figure out exactly how you would structure this. This just gives you the idea. So base URL, and for now we're just going to pass in this default product link, and then you'd probably do something to make sure you don't get two of those path joined or whatever. There we go. That's the HTML version, and then let's get a plain text version as well. So for the text one, we're going to template that. Bam! So we bind those things into it, and it should. This is where you'd have a test, run the test to make sure it's doing what you expect. But we are going to YOLO it. Throw if there's an error. Does this thing throw if there are errors? What does it do? Oh, dude. Okay, that's interesting. According to Chrome, you can bind a function in there, because, you know, I just started thinking about, like, how would you do that path resolution to make sure you don't have too many slashes, but you can bind a function into it to resolve it. So you could bind in a path join function for the URL, and then maybe do it in 2 passes. Okay, that's pretty cool. Good to know for the future. Render function async. Yeah, it's pretty cool. If you find yourself working on a particular template too often, you can compile it once and cache the results so future renders will be faster. Okay, so as an optimization, what you could do is you could compile those templates. I mean, you could even go full ghetto and compile them right in here, like this. Yes! So you return compiled templates. You know what? Let's do that, because I didn't try that with my last one, so... This is for the micro mustache, so no, you can't. No, I'm getting mixed up here, because these templates are used by MailGen, not by micro mustache. What micro mustache interacts with is a customized version of the template with those things. Does it? No, what you would do is you would go into here and you would MailGen this. Yeah, you would MailGen this first and export the MailGen.
We ask ourselves.
So here you would do something like you'd go HTML.
What do they mean? Are we alone?
Yeah, this will make it. Okay, let's do the optimization now.
The hunters and gatherers.
Premature optimization for the win.
The sky is a matter of life and death.
So then we would have to move all of the MailGen stuff over there. We're not going to do that right now, but you know, for myself, I think I might do that in my system. You move all the MailGen stuff into this templating part, and then just compile them to HTML and plain text, and then apply the templating here. Okay, anyway, digression. Yeah, we did our thing. Now we're going to send the email. Okay, so back to Chrome. Cut and pasting time. Node SES. See, alt text is where we pass in the plain text, and then this is where we pass in the HTML. So easy. Error data response. Copy. Such an old school.
As we look to the stars in the sky,
Okay, this is real old school, man.
we ask ourselves,
Maybe I'll Promisify it. It's got an error data callback,
and what is our meaning?
because then I can await it. Let's have a look. Let's go to dev docs. devdocs.io.
And where does it end?
Accept, whatever. Such a good website, this. Node.js. Utilities. Util.
Are we alone?
Promisify. Well, let's see if this works. Import. Util equals require util. And then want a util promisify something. And then we can await it. Because we wrote everything else in a synchronous await throw kind of style. So I don't want to go back and change everything to return a promise, the whole thing. Okay. So oh, we didn't create, did we create a client? Yeah, we did in the constructor this.client. Yeah. Yeah, should be okay. Okay, if we're going to do this, we don't want to be doing it all the time, right? Oh, this naming convention sucks. Yeah, think through the naming, because there's too many things with similar names now, but whatever. Okay, so here we go, this.send. SES send email options, and the callback. SES callback returns a promise. Yeah, okay, let's try it. Here's what it takes in this thing here. So 2 we know we're going to send to email. It needs a callback? Oh, that's dumb. It's going to need a callback anyway. Pretty hopeless. Okay, whatever. Okay, let's get rid of this Promisify thing. That was like red herring, forget that, too complex. This.client .send email. So I mean, we'll make it synchronous like this. Boo. Mixing these metaphors, man. Yeah, good. Let's do that, right? Ding. Beautiful. So we just do this. If there's an error, return reject error. And if not, who cares about what happened? Just resolve. Maybe we do something like this. This.logger.info. Yeah, a lot of like coding is thinking about what happens when things go wrong. Oh, the email subject. That's okay, we can get that. So HTML email goes in here. Text email goes in there. And then the subject here should really be derived from the template, right? So we got subject. Welcome. So if that's the case, we need to go back up and say, so we had subject. I don't know if we need to do like nest the body ends too, or let's try and see what happens. So this will be template.subject. Missing the credentials, that's cool. Put the credentials in a minute. Getting pretty close. Now I'm going to just hard code my own address in here because I'm going to use my SES credentials, but I think that they'll only accept sending emails from my domain, which I've got set up. So we await for that promise and we return true. So in here we go try this, yep, and then if it works, complete success. If it throws anything, then complete failure. Looks good. Oh yeah, we have a get route here, right? Oh yeah, look at this. This is pretty cool. How'd this get here? Oh, I cut and pasted it from the NestJS thing. So anyway, it's called modeler. Name of the process, email.test, and then we'll send it to Josh at MagicCraft so that I can find it. And then we're going to have first name. Last name Wolf. Save. Okay, so now I got to get my AWS creds into the environment. Okay, so let's have a look. What's something entertaining that you can watch? Okay, so here you go. Just for you. You can watch these tortoises lightsaber fighting while I put the creds into the environment. Okay, this one. Okay. It's not getting them. Maybe I need to do export. You know what? I'll do this. In front of the dev start command. Pipe it through Pinot Pretty. No, it still says it's missing the credentials. Okay, that's not working for me, so I'm not sure why actually, but what we'll do in the meantime is we're going to change the way that it works. So here, instead of pulling them out of the environment like we have been, I'm going to pull them out of a secrets.json file. So I'm going to create a new file called secrets.json. Now we'll make it secrets.ts. There we go. Put that into the source file. And then add it to getignore. Yeah.
Replaying your words there in my head. When you're not here, I'm stuck in bed. I'm starting to break. I'm starting to break. I'm starting to break.
Save that. Let's just make sure that it's not going to pick it up. Yep, good. Okay. Okay, so now if I go to my app control, my app service, then I'm going to go, we'll just say import star as secrets. From secrets. Easy. Oh, you're missing the whole thing. So yeah, I'm creating a secrets file. Sorry about that. I'm going to put it in the secrets file. I couldn't figure out how to get it in through the environment. I'm not sure why it didn't pick it up. Maybe I typed something wrong, but for whatever reason it didn't get it, so I'm going to put it in the secrets file. So while I put it in the secrets file, you can just take my word for it that we're about to pass the AWS SES credentials in there somehow, so that you can see it working without me putting my SES credentials on the internet. I see why. Yeah, I cut and pasted it wrong, dude. So maybe we don't need to do the secrets file after all. Yeah, okay, it worked. My bad, I just mistyped it when I put it into the environment. Okay, and we're back. So it's now running. We can get rid of the changes that I made to getIgnore. We get rid of the secrets file. False alarm, guys and girls and N. Okay, so yeah, I reckon it should run, like according to my hypothesis. We should hit the get endpoint on this application, and it should trigger a workflow instance, which is going to send that email to me. I don't know. Let me check my email inbox so that you're not going to see all the stuff. Anyway, let's fire it up and see what happens. So it's running. Yep. Okay, so we'll go back to Chrome. Now, according to my calculations, if we now go to localhost 3000, think internal server error. I think it's because we did not deploy. Maybe we didn't deploy the thing. Five not found. Command return. Yeah, okay. Yeah, here's the error. We did not. Let's go back to VS Code. See this error here. 5 not found. Command was rejected with code create. Expected to find the workflow definition with that process, but it wasn't found. So what we need to do is in the main.ts. No, we don't have a ZB client there. Let's do it in the service constructor then, whatever. No, it doesn't belong there. It doesn't even really belong here. Because this is the task type handler. It really belongs up here. But we don't really have a ZB. So what the hell we're going to do in here, because there's a constructor, so we'll do it in the constructor. Ding! This.zb client. Deploy workflow. Like this track. BPMN email.test.bpmn, like that. Yeah. What didn't you like? Couldn't find it? Not found. Okay. BPMN email.test.bpmn. So, I don't know. This? Okay, I don't know why, but that seemed to work. File path. Oh, dude! I'm sorry. Man, you're not even watching me code this. It sucks. Anyway, we put it into the app controller. And then I just added this into the constructor to deploy the workflow. Okay. So now we'll go back to Chrome. Transition. And then if I get that endpoint, awesome. Created the workflow instance. And then if we go back to VS Code, I go to VS Code by turning that off and hitting this button here. You can see that it said email service, email sent to Josh at magiccraft.io. So we kicked off an instance of our process, which in it had a task to send an email. Just to refresh your memory, let's go back and have a look at that, hey? So we kicked off an instance of this workflow. You can see that it has a process here, the send welcome email process, that's going to send the email. It's going to send it using the welcome template. That job got picked up by our worker, got sent, and here it is. Doesn't look very good. Something's not quite right. Here we go. I can pop it out. Oh, looks terrible. Let me show you what it looks like. How can I get it on here? Let's add this window capture group. Add another one, call it mailbox. Okay, make the source visible, window, and it's Google Chrome, welcome. Okay. There it is. That's what it looks like. Looks pretty dumb. It looks like I'm looking at the, transition. It looks like I'm looking at the, plain text version. What does that do? Reader view. You can see it templated in my name there, but let's have a look at what's not working about this. So I think the HTML, because maybe we need to add a button. Let's try adding a button into it. That one off, mailbox off. Okay. Also, mailbox should not be above tagline or webcam. So, into our templates we can add, oh, it does have an action. It's got an action with a button there. Okay. Something in here. Okay, let's have a look. So, render, mail generator, oh, they both say generate plain text. That's got to be it there. Mail gen. Let's go back to the Chrome. Transition, turn off VS Code so you don't get that clipping that happens sometimes. Yeah, man. It's got to be just generate for HTML. Okay. Good catch. Lets you know that this is a real live demo. This one. While we're at it, we're going to change the name of this. Let's have a look. Message and alt text. So I'll call this message. Oh no, hang on. Control Zeta. Message and alt text. Message and alt text, which means we can go down here and do this. Yay! Less code. Okay. So. Alright. Okay. Round 2. So let's go back to my DJ console. Chrome 2. Yes. Turn that one off. Transition to here. Let's kick off another instance of the workflow. And go. Go. Workflow instance key. Yes! Let's have a look. Mailbox. Dink. Yeah. Good. So turn off Chrome 2. Transition. Check it out. It worked. Here it is. welcome to Megacorp. We're excited to have you on board. First name, last name, so good. And this confirm your account. Although you can't see it, let me pull this in and see if that changes it. Does that do it? I don't know if you can see the hover over. No, you can't. Copy link address, right? And then let's go back to VS Code. And then watch this. Link address. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can see here it's got my email address implanted in there. That was templated in. So if we go back to our template, base URL, megacorp.com, confirm s equals email, and then it's pulled my email out of the variables from the ZB worker. Okay, so what we've created now is we've created a ZB microservice that has a worker that just sits there listening for tasks of type email send, and then when it gets an email send task, it pulls it from the broker, and then it gets an email, a first name and a last name out of the variables, and it gets which template to use from the job custom headers. I mean, you could also put that into the variables, and you could have it like go use the variables, all the custom headers. Then you could depends on how you want to do it, but the way I've been using it is I put a custom header on it, and then at different points in the business process you say, send a password reset mail, send a welcome mail, like that. There could be a way to do it with variables that would make sense, but whatever. And then so we used a few different packages to do it. Let's have a look at our package JSON here. So we used NestJS, obviously, to build the scaffolding and the structure, and we used the PK NestJS Winston library for logging and the ZB library for the ZB connection. Under the hood, that uses the ZB node library. We used email validator to check the emails. We used MailGen to generate emails from templates. Micromustache to replace variables in the template. And Node SES we used to send the email using the AWS Transactional email service called Simple Email Service. So there you have it. I am going to push to production. Let's delete this. Move to trash. What's hard-coded in here that we need to change? Really the from address, right? Yeah. So let's go const default from. Now again, this is a question of, do you put this in the variables, do you put this in the custom headers, do you derive it from the environment? It depends on your use case, really. Oh, dude, it should be megacorp.io, am I right? 2019. And that one is default from, so we go down and change this to default from.
Only in my dreams have I seen things as beautiful as this.
Oh man. It sucks how I sometimes forget to switch back to what I'm doing. I need to get really used to looking at that screen. Anyway, I just replaced, I put the default from email address in here. Gave you a tour of the package.json file before. You get the idea. Looking good, looking good. Yeah. Oh yeah, let's take my own address out of here. Otherwise I'm gonna get lots of test emails from the internet. Let's do this. We'll make it a get and we'll just go like this. Email, first name, there you go. It's going to enforce that it don't look at it at this view, looking at it here. This is going to enforce that it gets these things off it. So if we go const email first name last name equals params, param, like that. Get rid of these. Goodbye. Like that, right? Save that. Okay, so according to my calculations, then it should work like this. Should now work like this. This should not work. Yeah, 404. So what you got to do now is you got to go like this. So it's Josh at magiccraft.io. First name, Josh. Second name, Wolf. Yes! Nope, blew up. Didn't like that. Okay, so let's log out what those things are. This.logger info, email, first name, last name. Save. It's up. Okay, and then hit that. Email, last name, first name. That's good. Now, what on earth could that be? Let's have a look. Message email service. Okay, so, well, at least I had the good sense to log out when we hit this. Email service. Unhandled promise rejection. Maybe here, because I didn't try catch this. But no, they shouldn't be unhandled because it should be at court here. Okay, we're gonna have to go old school on this thing. So it comes in here. Unhandled promise rejection warning. Hashtag object. Okay. This.logger.error. Do the same thing here. Could be here because we didn't let's just log this in. This.logger.info. Okay. Execute. Okay, so it came in here and it hit this thing, it logged out this information. Yep. Well, we should also template. Could be because I changed this. No, the subject. I don't think the only thing I changed here was how I'm activating this thing. It's funny that it would start to do this. It's got to be here. Okay. Try. I'm not awaiting them. What is this? Any? Okay, there are no types on that. Yeah, because I didn't, because they get defined inside of try-catch blocks, they're scoped. Let's do it like that. What? Oh, okay, yeah, right, that's what I did. Yeah, I changed it, info at megacorp.io, yeah, okay. My Amazon SES credentials are not going to work sending from that. Okay, that's cool. Well, if we go back here, are we awaiting it? It's asynchronous. So I think if we await it, that should catch it here. Let's try it. Yeah, beautiful. Yep, good. I set it to 3 retries. That's cool. Let's have a look at this. Retries, yeah, 3. Set it to 1 retry. It's better. Beautiful. Okay, that's cool. So now the final part, we need to write the documentation, man. Documentation is the most important part and always comes at the end. Okay. I like the Nest logo, it's pretty cool. So in the preview, boom. It's so good, man. You did a great job with that. Great job. Okay. So anyway, we'll go back up here. Is that what it looks like on the internet? Yeah, it is. Okay, I'm going to take a break and then I'm going to write the readme for this thing. So how long have I been coding for now? 1 hour and 15 minutes. It's time for me to take a break, maybe eat something, drink some coffee or something. Got some here from this morning. iced coffee now. Okay, yeah, we'll take a break. I'll be back.